I'm probably gonna show you guys this video one day where this is me carrying amagunya. I'm selling amagunya, by the way, because I'm trying to make sure that each and every day I have something to eat. I'm running late today. I don't know why I'm getting ideas of taking videos when I'm running late, but here we are. We your artisan, your electrician. I get to be get like whatever whatever it is. Kapati crucible Santa Tomudi. Would it have? Guys, I must go. I must go. I know I look like I'm not dressed, but I am. It's a boob cube and it's a dress. Thank you. Hello everybody, welcome to Taking the College Route with Bongi. Hello everybody, welcome to Taking the College Route with Bongi. My name is Bongi Kila and today I am finally ready to tell you guys my story. The story of my move to Johannesburg. I feel like I owe you guys the story because I told you about the move. I was quiet for a while. Then I came back up again a year later telling you I'm back at school. So you guys don't really know what exactly happened in between. Now I'm finally ready to share every detail of what happened after I moved to Johannesburg. Number two, I believe that there could be someone out there going through what I went through or similar, and me sharing this story could be encouragement to them to say there truly is light at the end of the tunnel, because trust me, during that whole process of hardships and all of that, it's so hard to believe that there is light, or it's so hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel. My face is itchy. So let me not waste your time. Let us get right into the video. Now, from the beginning, I used to work in Johannesburg as a semi-skilled electrician. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I worked for like 18 months for a certain engineering company, and so I stayed in Joburg for a while. Now, the place where I used to stay, this is all important details for the story, was far from shops, far from restaurants, far from a lot of things. It was a wastewater treatment plant, which is obviously usually very far from where all the people are, right? One. Two, I had a bed, I had a fridge, I had the basic stuff, I had crockery, I have cutlery, and I left it with a friend, a guy who I used to work with, who promised to keep everything for me until I decide to move back to Joburg. So I do have the basics. So I'm moving, so yes, I'm moving, but I do have the basics, so I'm not gonna struggle much, right? I got retrenched and I decided for a month to sell muffins to the people in the very same wastewater treatment plant, right? I sell muffins and people are like, look, this place is far from food places. If you could just add food. Yes, you could sell the muffins in the morning, but please add food for lunch. We will buy. I wanted to go back to school, so I decided, no man, I can't do this. I'm leaving, I'm going back home. I went back home. Now, years later, I decide I'm going back there because those people needed someone to sell them food. I can do that, right? I can do that. And that's number one. Number two, I remember I have a bed, I have a fridge, I have crockery, I have cutlery. I'm set. Let me move. Oh, how am I going to do this? I draw up a business plan. I'm going to be selling food to these people. I call up a friend who's because there were a lot of Betty people there, Betty and Tsonga, people from Limpopo who work for that company. I'm like, my guy, what do your people like to eat? He says, you will never go wrong with pap and meat. Then a few salads here and there. So I'm like, okay, that I can do. I mean, I can always Google or watch on YouTube how to cook Betty pap. I've got this. And there's no way it's not going to work because these people are still far from shops, and me bringing the food to them makes life easier for them. So there's no way this plan is not going to work. Guys, let me tell you, please, if you're going to be moving to a different province, a different country, a different city, a different town, please make sure that you have more than one plan. Have plan B, C, D, D. Just make sure that each and every plan has a backup plan, okay? That's one mistake I made. I only had one plan, right? And I was so sure it was going to work. But it didn't. Hear me out. So I get there on a Friday. It's in July. It's cold. Oh, before I get there, I speak to the friend who has my stuff. I'm coming back to Joburg. I have a plan, but I'm gonna need my bed, my fridge, and everything else that you have that's mine at your place. The friend is like, oh, sharp sister Laga, just let me know when you come this side. I will make sure I'm available so you can pick up your stuff. Great, that was a month before I moved. 2 weeks before I moved, I'm like, my guy, are we still set? I'm moving in 2 weeks. The guy's like, Sister Laga, I got you. A week before I move, call the guy. Guy is like, Sister Laga, there has been a robbery at my place, so we don't have some of the things. I'm like, what do you have? He's like, the fridge is stolen, and I'm not sure if the plates were also stolen. I'm like, okay, as long as you have the bed, I'm good. I can use the bed. Well, I'll see how I get the other things. All right, he's like, sure, Sister Laga, just let me know when you are on your way. I'll make sure I'm available. The day comes, I move to Johannesburg. But because, remember, the crockery was stolen, so I'm going to need a few things. I took a few plates at my house, at my home. My sister had like a set of pots that was gifted to her on her birthday. God bless her. She gives me that set of pots, that set of pots. My God. She gives me that. I take it with me. I take a few blankies because I know I have a bed that side. So we said, we're moving. Call this guy on the way. He doesn't pick up. Call him, text him, dude, I'm on my way. When I get there, I'm going to need the bed. Because I'm going to have to take I'm going to have to rest when I get there. Guy does not pick up. Guy does not respond to my messages. So I'm worried. I do not know what's going on. It's July. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep on the floor because it's too cold. So I really need this guy to come through for me. And he just disappears for a very long time. Cool. I decide there's no turning back. I'm already on my way. God will see me through this one. I don't know how, but he will have to see me through this one. I communicated with my former landlord, the very first place where I stayed when I used to work there at the place. And because rent was cheaper, I decided to go back there. Spoke to the landlord, paid my deposit, paid my rent, and they are ready for me. I get there on a Friday morning. I think it was a Friday morning. July, cold. I don't know how I'm going to sleep. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm going to do. As we enter the yard, I see a bed. It's outside. So we go in. I'm like, what's up with this bed? I asked the landlord and his wife. They're like, that bed was in that room where you're going to be staying. We had to take it out because you're coming and we'll see where we put it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I don't have a bed. I need a bed. They're like, thank God, because we didn't know where we were going to put that bed. So we can take it back to your room. They take the bed back to my room. As they open, I see there's a wardrobe. They're like, we can take that out. I'm like, don't take it out. I need it. Guys, can you see how God is working? And man, I owe God a lot. Don't take it, please. I need it. We're like, sure. Oh, thank you. We were so worried because we didn't know where we were going to put these things. Like, okay. I rest that day. A friend of mine says, girl, if you're going to be selling food, you need a stove. I have a gas stove. Come pick it up at my place. So I go to Midrand. God bless all my friends. I go to Midrand. I remember I slept over that day and she gave me the stove. I told her my plans and she was really supportive. Another friend says, Where are you? I need to bring the gas cylinder. You said you have a gas stove. I bought a gas cylinder for you. Tell me when you get home so I can bring this. I get home, I tell him I'm home, he brings the gas cylinder. My friends are really supportive. My sister, my friends are really supportive. I use the little money I have to buy the food that I'm going to be selling on the Monday, right? So, call up the other friend who is my connect with the workers at the wastewater treatment plant, the people that are going to be buying the food from me. I'm like, dude, did you let these guys know that I'm here? He's like, I told them, I send them your menu, and they're ready for you. They're going to be, I give him my address. I'm like, my place is not too far from there, so they can pick up the food because I don't have a container to take everything to them. It's like I communicated that, do not worry. I Google, watch on YouTube how to make baby bat, and I master it, guys. I cook meat. I don't remember what kind of meat I made that day, but I had cooked meat as well. So I had like 13, if not 12 takeaways ready for me to go and sell to the guys. So you see, guys, and plate A1 is 50 rands. So I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to make like more than 1,000 rands from this. Is it? Is it? No, it's a little less, but it's close, and it's way more than the money I spent buying the food, right? So I'm ready. I'm excited. I have a plan. It's going to work. Between lunching or 12, I think. Hey, we're bet to 12. We're bet to 1. I'm waiting. We're bet to 2. Hey, these people are not here. I call up this guy. I'm like, my guy, these people didn't come. He's like, yo, let me check on them. 2 guys come. They're like, yo, you made so much food. I'm like, yes. They said we were of the idea that you're going to bring the food to us. I'm like, no, I can't because I don't have a container. I did tell the guy that I'm not going to be able to come to you guys, so may you please come to me. And since I stay close, I didn't think it would be a problem. Oh, no one knew. This guy gives me 200 rands, buys 2 plates and says, keep the change because he can see the mess. I start to lose hope, but not all of it, just part of it. I take out the meat from the food, from the takeaways. I'm like, I'm going to stew this. I had also made a salad. Chakalaka, I'm like, I'm going to put this chakalaka in here. We're going to stew everything and go sell to these people. So the next day, I think I make about now 10 or a little less than 10 takeaways. And I put them in a container. I remember I bought like a big dish. So I put everything in there and I go there. I get there early around 11 so that they quickly see that I'm here, so they don't make like plans to go buy lunch. Guys are there, a few of them buy. I'm left with, I think they bought like 5 and I'm left with 5, right? Now I'm feeling it because people didn't buy yesterday and today I still have a lot with me. Others are like, we didn't know you were coming, so if you could give us, we'll pay you later. Others are like, give us, we'll pay you at the end of the month. Hey, now business is not gonna work, clearly. So I go back home, I give these people this food, I buy more meat, I still go there to sell. I make like 6 takeaways now. Only 2 people buy. I'm left with 4. The other people are like, the security guards at the gate are like, give us, we'll pay you at the end of the month. I come back again, I make like 5 takeaways now. No one buys. No one buys. The security guards are like, yo, nah, we're gonna owe you a lot of money and we don't get paid much now. Just give us for less, half price. And I mean, it's the same. You're gonna take them home and do what with them? Because you can't resell them again tomorrow. Guys, at this point, I don't know if there's anything wrong with the way I cook. I tasted the food. To me, it was fine. I do not know what's going on. I do not understand why people are not buying, because they do go out to buy food every day. So it's not like they don't have the money. They do have the money, but now what is the problem? I remember the butchery where I used to buy meat was a bit pricey, but there was a mall not too far from where I stayed. It was far, maybe 3 kilometers has to get there. And I would go there to buy my meat so that I save a lot, right? I got a lift from one of the guys that worked there, and this guy says to me, you know, when people are used to buying food from a certain place, it's not easy for them to change. And you know how these people keep their customers? They put something in their food. I mean, I hear you're a Christian and all, but you're gonna have to try this. Like, put something in your food. Guys, I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. This guy tells this straight to me. He's like, put something in your food. That's all I'm going to tell you. Put something in your food. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll keep trying. I keep trying. The people stop buying the food from me. They do not buy it at all. And they give me ideas like, at least sell amagwinya, because we eat amagwinya in the morning and we don't like to go far from amagwinya anyway. Sell that. So I decide, okay, I'm going to stop with the food because no one buys it. I'm going to start buying amagwinya. Now, can you imagine the money that's being made by amagwinya, you guys? It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But because I don't have a choice, I decide that's what I'm going to do. I make amagwinya. Guys, a lot happens. Sometimes amagwinya turns out avutwanga. Sometimes I make them well. Yeah, it's story after story, man. But they buy sham. They keep on buying. And I'm making money enough for me to have something to eat that particular evening. Until I decided, you know what, I must eat amagwinya now. If you're wondering where this weight gain is coming from. I must eat this because me buying special food for myself is costing me a lot of money. Okay, so I get to a point where I realize that me paying rent is not going to work because this plan did not work. Now I need to make another plan. I cannot continue staying there because I think rent was like 1.7 or 1.5. I don't really remember, but it was around that much. I'm like, I can't continue doing this. I need another plan. Tell the landlord I have to move because the plan that I had is not working. So I really need to move. The landlord's like, okay, well, you're only telling me this now. You didn't like put a proper, what is this? Notice. So you're going to forfeit your deposit. Yeah. I was broken. I'm like, okay, I understand. I had borrowed money from people. I still needed to pay people their money. I don't know how, but I paid them back. I can't remember how I did it, but I managed to pay a friend of mine back. Oh, I didn't pay all of it at once. I paid it like bit by bit until I finished paying her. Love her so much for understanding. Uli, guys, a girl. So I decide I'm going to be moving. A friend of mine says, friend, we must fast. Friend, we must pray. I'm trying, but I can't. Like, I would go for 2 days and then I lose it. I can't pray. I'm making money with amagwinya, but it's not a lot. It's enough for me to eat, to have something to eat, and to go to church every... Guys, I went to church every Sabbath, and people at church did not know what I was going through because it wasn't written all over my face. I was trusting the process. I was trusting God in everything that was going on. Go to church every Sabbath. This one time I go to church and I get a lift because it was... where I got taxis was really far. I had to walk. So I get a lift from this old man, and this old man just tells me, I see you going to church every Sabbath, every Saturday. I know about your church. And he says all of these things and he encourages me. I find encouragement in everything that he's saying. I'm like, yo, thank you so much. He actually takes me to church that day. I was so happy because I saved up on some money. He takes me to church and says, okay, and then he leaves, right? I try to accept my situation because one thing about me, I'm full news bonus in Zengond. So I decided accept the situation, find a way to be happy in the situation. In you selling amagwinya and mali, try to find happiness in that. I did. Guys, I used to take videos with my phone on my way to go sell amagwinya in that cold weather. More July. Because I decided to be happy about it. And then I was really happy. I had accepted my situation. Come month end, I had to move, I moved. You ask yourself, where are you moving to? Baby girl, we are going to continue from there.